3 yards per rush. But looking at Clemson, they have the number 1 rushing offense with Travis Etienne leading the way, 6.7 yards per rush. Crazy good. Clemson wide receivers, T. Higgins, Justin Ross, Amari Rodgers, have been match-up nightmares for defensive backs. Fast, tall, can catch anything. But at the same time, Alabama's Jerry Jeudy, Jalen Waddle, and Henry Ruggs III have been the same force in a harder division in the SEC. Now, looking at the QBs, from what you saw from Trevor Lawrence, the last 5-6 games, is there really that much of a difference between what we've seen from him and Tagovailoa? Is there? I don't think so. Both are young. You know, Tua is in his second year. Trevor's in his first. Not that much of a difference. Both QBs can make all the NFL throws, and they are very confident and very poised. Okay? They are extremely accurate in the middle of the field. And they know when to throw the ball, when the receivers are going into their cuts, so the receivers don't have any problems with the defensive backs. They have their timing down to a millisecond of where the receivers are on the field. That's how damn good these two quarterbacks are. Okay? From a yards per play perspective, Bama is second in offense at 7.9 in the whole league behind Oklahoma. And Clemson is pretty high as well at 6.7. Probably would have been higher if Trevor was playing all year. So you got to give the passing edge a little bit to Alabama, but you definitely give the running edge to Clemson here. Okay. Clemson's defensive yards per play shows better than Alabama's at 4.1 yards per play to Alabama's 4.7. If you net it up, net yards per play, Bama's offense versus Clemson's defense, Clemson's offense versus Bama's defense, net yards per play, Alabama has a 0.3 yards per play advantage. It's not too much, but yet Alabama was in a tougher division. Why the 6-point spread here, you ask, after we just covered all that? Well, I think that you are paying a 3-point premium for the name Alabama. All right? And the fact that they had a harder schedule than Clemson probably factored into that a little bit. But when you look at the non-conference schedule, you have to give it to Clemson, playing Texas A&M at Texas A&M and South Carolina, while Bama played Louisville and the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns. Most public power ratings out there have Bama winning by only 1 to 3 points on this neutral field. And my power ratings has Bama by 2.5. With Trevor Lawrence, that is, Now, like I said, 2 months ago, I had Bama more of a 9-point favorite. But I wised up to how good this kid really is and how much Clemson has just improved as a team. Because of all this, I have to take the points here. I took it at plus 6.5 and gave it out to clients then. The number's falling a little bit. And I'll tell you right now, do not forget to sprinkle that money line, okay? If this game, for some reason, is left up to the running game due to the defense is shutting down the passing game, you see a lower total for Bama, 59. What were they at, 79-80 against Oklahoma? Then the edge has to be Clemson. If the passing game is shut down on both sides, Clemson wins the game. Take Clemson plus the points and make sure you put it on the money line. It's their turn to win. I honestly think they're going to shock everybody when they play Alabama. Let's get right into
the sharp side of the force.
Sharp Side of the Force is brought to you by uwager.eu. Please visit theoddsbreakers.com/uwager. Click on the banner for a one-time 50% bonus. Well, not too much to talk about for the sharp action anymore, being that Clemson and Bama are the only teams left. So this line opened this week at plus 7-ish, plus 6.5, and then it quickly went down to plus 6, and then now it's down to plus 5. But you only have 44% of the bets on Clemson and 43% of the money on Clemson. So the line went down, yet the money and the bets are pretty close. I think the jury is still way out on this one. I think that this line is going to drop to around 4. That's just what I think. I don't think it's going to go back up. Now, it will possibly right before game time, but I think you're going to see this sharp trend keep knocking this down. Now, just because, the money and the percentage of bets is pretty close to equal doesn't mean that there's not sharp money. You just can't tell from the mixture here because a lot of public money can be bigger money. It's just not coming from somebody who does it professionally necessarily, and still could be a wrong side. That's kind of the stuff that I have to sniff out a little bit. It's a big bet game. This is the number one bet game. There's already 13,000 tickets showing on this one where I'm looking, and there's going to be many more come game time. Just for an example, the West Virginia-Syracuse game had 45,000 tickets reported from this site. The Notre Dame-Clemson game had 74,000 tickets from this. So a lot more action still to come in. But you can tell with the number drop which side has been the sharper side on this game. We should go into the total then. I believe that 56% of the tickets are on the over and 65% of the money on the over. A little bit of dual action. The total is sitting at 59.5. My opinion is wait 2-3 days and then take the over if that's what you want. I think this thing might slide down a little bit more. And if you like the under, wait until just before the game, just like how Alabama-Oklahoma went back up to 81. All right. So that's my recommendation on how to play this game. Sharp NFL. Well, not a ton really. The Bears-Eagles. The Eagles got hit at plus 6, and it went down to plus 5.5. But there's not that much of a difference right now between tickets. It's at 44% tickets on the Eagles, but only 47% of the money is on the Eagles. So really nothing there. The LA Chargers versus the Baltimore Ravens. You have this was at plus 3 at one time, and it's down. The Chargers are now down to plus 2.5. 69% of the tickets are on the Chargers, but 63% of the money is on the Chargers. So I guess Baltimore is the slightly more money side. Seattle versus Dallas. Pretty even. 52% of the tickets are on Seattle, but 53% of the money is on Seattle. Now, this was different earlier today and yesterday, it was more Seattle money, and then some Dallas money came in and hit the Dallas side. Indianapolis versus Houston, pretty dead even. It went from +3 Indy down to +1, and it's kind of holding around +1 right now. I think you're going to see even more money coming on Indy. If you like Indy, still take it now. If you like it at +1, if you like Houston, I'd wait it out. 52% of the tickets are on Indy. 51% of the money is on Indy right now. Not much action yet on these NFL games. On the totals, dual action on the over. Indy versus Houston, it's at about 48.5 to 49. 73% of the tickets are on the over and 82% of the money. I'm personally, like I said, against that one and going under. Seattle versus Dallas, 65% of the tickets are on the over, and it went from 41.5 to 43, but only 58% of the money is on the over. Chargers, 63% of the tickets are on the over, but only 55% of the money. That one's just kind of hovering around 41.5. I actually prefer, like you heard before, the over in this game. And Philly versus Chicago, 49% of the tickets are on the over, but 48% of the money, so nothing there. It's at 41. That's all we have to report for sharp action. We will do some sharp action reports come basketball season when we have our Thursday night pod. And it comes out late Thursday night, early Friday morning every week during college basketball. Sprinkle in a couple other episodes until March Madness. Then we have full-blown lots of episodes. And there'll be a sharp report on Saturdays sent out from the website, theoddsbreakers.com. Should you guys have any questions, please tweet us at theoddsbreakers.com. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend and win all of your bets. Thanks a lot for listening, and go get some